Hello and welcome back to the TV Show Club, the club where we talk about TV shows that I've been recently watching, viewing and enjoying. Let me know what you've been recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen what I'm about to talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Another week, another disappointing Acolyte episode. If it wasn't Star Wars, I would have given up on this show by now, but now I'm kind of invested because it's Star Wars. But at the same time, every week I just watch and get more and more annoyed. The writing of this show is horrendous, and I honestly feel kind of bad for the actors that are in this show. Like, they're trying their best with a script that is abysmal. The fight scenes and the choreography are about the only thing that's saving Acolyte from being the absolute, worst thing Disney's put out. It's on par, I think, with Secret Invasion that Marvel put out. It's on par with that kind of level of just Disney not giving a shit about their writing, about their stories, and about their characters. I can't get behind the Acolyte. I tried. I really tried, but I just can't. Episode 5 of Acolyte gave us the reveal of the Sith. It gave us some absolutely menacing fight scenes, some horrific deaths that should have haunted the main characters, that soul should have been broken with. In my opinion, the perfect way to have started episode 6 was slow. There was a lot going on in episode 5, like the reveal, the fights, the devastation of it all. So episode 6 should have dealt with the fallout of that. It should have opened slow. It should have dealt with Soul's reaction, him piling up the bodies of the Jedi. Yes, Jedis aren't supposed to have emotional attachments to people, but at the same time, if you've just seen everyone you work close to be massacred in front of you, you would be a little bit broken, and you would let your emotions flow out. You would just grieve. You would grieve. You wouldn't just get on a ship and leave in that instant. And the fact that he gets on the ship, he has one little cry, and then the next scene he's back to normal. He's back to Soul the Jedi. He's like, it just makes no sense, and it just creates just lazy, rushed writing. There's no need for these short episodes. The story that each episode of The Acolyte covers, you could expand into an hour, and it would actually be a good show, because we'd get character moments, we'd get development of the characters, we'd get emotional sides of them, we'd get world building, actual world building, not just a sweeping shot of the forest, actual showing the world being alive. We would get the character dialogue that isn't completely shit and boring. And then it just feels confused. It feels so confused. The fact that Osha is now on this planet with the Sith guy, and there's some weird romantic sexual tension between them. Where did that come from? There was no need for that at all. And then just he was a cool badass Sith, but the language that he uses does not represent that character at all. The way he reads these lines off doesn't make that at all. I said I wouldn't blame the actors because the writing is shit, but his delivery of the lines are equally as shit. I actually thought he was alright during the fight scenes. I kind of liked his demeanour and everything like that. But this episode was a completely different character. It was a completely different set of emotions that I just did not like at all, and I thought it just did not fit the character in a good way at all. Moving on to episode 7, the grand reveal. We really didn't want to return to that flashback, because last time we went there, that was probably the worst episode of Star Wars ever. To date, that is the worst episode of Star Wars television. Did not like that at all. But they made us revisit it and give us context to the great mystery of how a stone mountain was set on fire. Yes, it gave context. It gave context to how the witches died, sort of. But at the same time, did it actually improve the story at all? No, it was still as shit. The child actors, I know we shouldn't shit on children actors, but it was shit. And you can't even blame them. You can blame the shit writing that goes into their lines, the boringness of just everything they say, the clichéness of what, it's like this script was made by ChatGPT. This script and dialogue was made by an AI thing that doesn't actually conceive anything creatively and just spits out what it thinks a young person would say wanting to join the Jedi. Did we get some cool combat moments in this? Yes, the choreography of the fights in this were good. They were actually the level of the prequel films, and that is brilliant to see. I love that. But at the same time, I don't care enough about the characters to think, oh my god, I'm loving this fight, because I don't care who wins, I don't care who lives or dies, I don't I don't care. I don't care for this story. I just don't like The Acolyte, and I'm still probably going to watch it to the end just to see the absolute shoddery of how they wrap this story up, because I don't know how they're going to do it. And it's not going to be good either way. The Acolyte is genuinely making me hate Jedi. Like, this council of people that I grew up from such a young age adoring and loving. Like, seeing the council, seeing Yoda seated upon the chair and Mace Windu by his side, and this just brilliant council of incredible people with incredible powers and abilities, and I grew up loving them. Acolyte is making me hate them as a society. Like, I don't know why. Like, I can't pinpoint exactly why, but I can't stand the green, bold Jedi woman thing. I really can't. Like, I don't know what it is, but her dialogue is shit. Her acting is shit. It pisses me off every time I see her on screen, because it's just, like, not good. And then her, I don't even think it's her Padawan, but whatever the other guy was who came with her, I was just like, oh no. They were just irritating to watch. Like, the Jedi, that's not my Jedi. I would love to know what George Lucas thinks of this, because they're just butchering the brilliant, like, sci-fi adventure that is Star Wars. I just can't stand by it. I can't. Anyway, let me know. What did you think of Acolyte if you've seen it, and I'll see you next time on the TV Show Club.